Oh my god, Ibiza. And Redux, Moad, and Dries. Dries. Still waiting to find out.
JF Hill and DJ Wilma are ready to go on the bracket. See if they are...
Let's see if I can find them in here. Wow, getting tired. Let's see, DJ Wilma and JF Hill. JF Hill. Found someone. Because I'm awesome like that.
Yeah, it's better just to look at the bracket and just grab them out of the chat.
That's basically what I'm going to do until we get to the round of 4. The round of 4 means that it's only going to be on 2 streams, though. So, I don't know which streams are going to be those 2 streams. We have 3 streams.
Well, we better do a good job casting.
What are you talking about? We cast?
We can be the new casting Archon.
Right.
Right, yeah.
I get to be tasteless because he's sexy. That leaves you to be Artosis.
That means I complain and suck at StarCraft.
Basically.
I guess
that's not too far off from the truth.
Yeah.
Waiting to get the invite, and let me suggest you to the game. Oh, then you're gonna sit
if
behind
I get
me.
on StarCraft, yeah, I'm gonna be pretty much standing and watching the game.
Okay. Oh, I see.
And yours is long enough already.
Oh, I see. And moving into a new round of the game, we have JF Hill versus Zinking. Shortly, I will have my co-caster here with me, so you can welcome Solar Cronus here as soon as he gets his ass moving. Coming into this game, we have a Terran versus Protoss on MLG Metalopolis, the spawning in close air positions with the Terran at the 3 o'clock position and the Protoss at the top 12 o'clock position. With the good luck, have funs, and the U2s, and let's make this one good because it's being streamed. People don't get streamed very often.
No, they don't. It's really fun to have your game casted.
Alright, so moving into this game, we have people gathering minerals, because I hear that's important to do in StarCraft. Gathering some minerals. Got the probe coming out, going to throw down a pylon. There we go, got our pylon coming down from Zinking. And we should have a supply depot coming down shortly. Yep, there we go from JF Hill.
It looks pretty interesting. It looks like they're both going to try and wall off their ramps with how they actually have those first supply depot and pylon set up. I find that kind of weird because normally you only want to wall off during a Zerg match.
However, with a lot of earlier cheeses that are coming out and a lot of other things, having that wall off can be a nice thing to have. I mean, you don't necessarily have to use it, but it is nice to have your stuff closer to the front of the base. So moving down, we have probes being chrono boosted out. We have a gateway coming down. We've got barracks coming down, so it's not actually being completely walled off. It looks like things are just kind of being more funneled than they are being walled, which can be helpful in any kind of defensive situation. Got our first assimilator coming down, and we have an SCV just kind of chilling in his base. Get him, Zing King. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. No? Don't wanna? Okay.
It'll be interesting to see if Zing King grabs his second gas early. See if it, because that will definitely switch up the play a bit.
Those gas timings are very, very key to any kind of tech that we intend to get. Get guys on gas, please. Zing King needs to definitely step up his pro production. We are getting a little bit behind, if I'm guessing correctly. Income, we are 1 behind on the harvester tab, and needs to get Chrono Boost down. He's got some Chrono Boost that's still being saved up. Got a Cybernetics core coming down and another pylon. Don't want to get supply blocked. I hear that's important in this game. And from the Terran base, we have 2 barracks coming down so far and a refinery coming down. Both players planning to get a little bit of tech. JF Hill probably planning to do some early pressure, get a nice amount of bio out, and hopefully expand behind it.
Yeah, it looks like he might go for a bunker rush, or definitely some strong 2 racks play. I don't know. Against Protoss, Mass Marines and Marauders, definitely a bio army would crush early Stalker and Zealot.
Now we have Chrono Boost coming down on both of these buildings here. We do have a little bit of Chrono Boost saved up. We have that second assimilator coming down, so hopefully we're going to be getting some kind of nice fancy tech, because we do have warp gates coming up. We're going to see very soon what he plans to do with all this extra gas that he's going to be getting. Stalker coming out. I'd like to see it be a little bit more active. This probe kind of chilling at the watchtower, because that's what probes do.
I honestly don't like that, because for every minute that probe sits there, that's 80 minerals, almost 100 minerals.
Very, very
true. Definitely be a lot better to take a Zealot, throw it down there. Or at this rate, I mean, he's getting his warp gates, and he has a second gas. Throw down his robot. Whoa. Looks like
we got your standard 4-gate coming out of our Protoss player. Chrono Boost coming down, gonna get that sentry out. That warp gate research is gonna finish very, very soon, right around the same time that these gateways are all gonna be done. He's gonna pop down here with a pylon, which is already here, which is why that probe was sitting there, because he was planning on going ahead with this 4-gate.
Bad pylon placement, though. That's right in the middle of the road. It'd be better if he actually threw it off now here in the corner, where it won't easily be seen. Like right now, we have 2 Marines that spot it, so he knows what's coming.
And anybody who sees this kind of stuff coming out should realize that they have some. Oh, gotta keep that sentry back, and he needs to pop back into that bunker. He needs to basically get this pylon down if he can, but he needs to probably drop down another bunker, get some more units out, and possibly even pull probes to block this, because he does not have a lot of units out right now.
We did pull some SCVs down there, probably to help repair that bunker as it's being attacked. Definitely keep it alive longer and keep its contents from being mauled.
I would like to see another bunker coming down, just because this is a very aggressive attack, and realistically he needs to stop this from happening.
There goes the second pylon, so now it's going to become a lot harder for JF Hill to fight this off, with 2 pylons able to warp in guys in different spots. And he's going around the back. There are no SCVs down there, but he will be able to pick off that expansion.
And he has actually stopped building this expansion entirely. This would have been a perfect opportunity for him to go after these pylons, because there's nothing protecting them right now. This command center, because it's not built, he actually can cancel that at any time, take a little bit of a loss, but finish it. He doesn't actually have to finish that command center. He could have actually just come over here, popped off, killed these 2 pylons, and then kind of bunkered in, dealt with the rest of this stuff. Now that this command center is done, it's actually going to be a loss to him, because he's going to lose all those minerals when that goes down.
Yeah, that's 400 minerals he could have taken and pumped straight into making units. Honestly, he should have really canceled that. And he's making an orbital on it while it's being attacked with all those stalkers there. He really needs to go take care of those pylons so no more stalkers get in there. But I feel like this is an already lost game.
Yes, he didn't quite deal with this completely properly. He really needed to pop over here, take out these while the units were swinging down. Once he saw them over here, he should have just let that command center take hits, canceled it when it was near the end, and then just take out these pylons, so that way there wouldn't be more warp-ins, and then he could easily just had more units because he would have had some more money. Built some guys out of here. He needed to maintain proper production, and now there's just way too many units for him to deal with. I don't see how JF Hill can possibly come back from this.
Yeah, there's
and there's the GG coming down.
GG.
Good games from both guys. And the 4-gate, while less standard these days because of the little bit of a nerf that they got, you still do see it occasionally in the lower levels, because realistically, it can be hard to deal with. Any kind of early pressure like that can really mess with people when you're at these lower levels of play, because they haven't quite learned how to deal with them properly.
Yeah, I was quite surprised to see those 3 gates go down and a 4 warp gate. I mean, it's been almost completely neutered with that last patch. And heck, I used to be 4 gating all the time, and once they stopped doing 4 gates, I dropped Protoss and picked up Zerg. But because it's so rare now, people don't always see it coming like that. I mean, there was JF Hill had no defense.
Yeah, but at the same time, he also didn't scout it. Realistically, he could have easily just popped in an SCV in there real quick, make sure. He could have thrown down a scan. He could have done something to make sure that there wasn't some kind of early cheese coming, because he had plenty of time to see it coming. And with that pylon warping in there, he did find it, but he didn't have the units that he needed to take care of it. So he really needed to bunker in, get another bunker up, and do what we basically already said. And I've got my co-caster checking the brackets right now.
Looks like maybe Nuxer. No, Nuxer's still to be determined. Sairay and Seonjiku. Jakku. Very bottom. Third from the bottom.
Let's see if we can find these guys. They don't appear to either be in the channel.
Alright, if they're not in the channel, let's look for Redux mode and Dries.
OMG Dries?
Yeah, OMG Dries.
And just trying to find another game for the next.
We are up to 7 viewers.
Woohoo! 7 whole viewers. And trying to get another game. What else we got? Oh, OMG Dries says 1 second, so possibly going to be able to cast that game. OMG Dries. Rux mode? Are you sure? Oh, he won over Redux mode.
Okay, they've already played.
So they already played. I see. So, we're still looking for another game to cast. So it looks like we're going to have Nuxor up against whoever ends up against Nuxor.
Works for me.
So between Flight School and Fernando.